Hi everyone. I have been so excited about telling you about this Glimmer Hot Foil hack that I discovered by pure coincidence. I have in the past couple of months and also previous been playing a lot with using standard wafer thin dies for hot foiling, for example like this one, which I've used for this card, in combination with normal hot foil plates. Now, this hack I found out, I will show you how it's done in the end of this video, and I'm also going to tell you about how I found out about this by pure coincidence and what I tested afterwards to recreate the same result. So, first of all, I'm going to show you what this is all about, because when you do hot foiling with wafer thin dies, you get this very delicate thin line. And I've always wanted, how can I get this to be even more thick or more clearer so that the images from wafer thin dies will stand out more. And it so happens that it's possible. Now, how the heck did she do this? Well, if you look here, just look how the thickness of the line changes just down here. And it actually also does it up here. Now, why is this, you may ask yourself? Well, it was because I was lazy. Honestly, I was really lazy. I was going to hot foil this die, which is pretty big when you think about it. And I had purchased a new hot foil color, like this one. Honestly, I can't remember the color, but I might write it in a comment or in the subtitles here. But when you get a new hot foil from Spellbinders, I have one here, which I haven't opened yet. They are closed with a round tape sticker, this one. Now, previously I have always been careful to take it off, but this time I just took an X-Acto knife. Let me see if I can find one. We use this one. And I used the X-Acto knife to just cut open the tape like this. And then I thought, well, you know, I'll just leave the tape on. What harm can it do? That was what I thought. So when I was doing this hot foiling, I had these two places with tape on it. And the die was so big that it actually did go over the taped areas. I didn't think about it. I just thought, well, what the heck? The foil is on the back side, so this won't do anything to the result. But it did. And that is why I got these a lot thicker lines. So I then had to sort of work my way through how to recreate this result. So my first thought was, how can I get something like this sticker thing? And it's kind when you have this plastic side to it. So I thought, okay, I've got some double-sided tape. I'll just put it on the entire foil piece. Don't do that. Really don't do that, because honestly, you don't get anything else but wrinkles and air bubbles, and it just won't work. But when I had tried that, I ended up with a piece of the backing like this, and it has a plastic feel to it. So I did test that one out as the first one, because I thought, hey, that would probably give a similar result. But when you use that, you actually get very fussy looking lines. It's not not usable, but you just don't get crisp lines using thick plastic backing or something with a thick thickness to it. So you just get a fussiness, and I believe when I tested, I actually got worse fussiness than this one shows. So I thought, okay, what do I have that has less thickness to it but still has this plastic side to it? Then I thought about label sheets. Label sheets like this. That also has a kind of plastic side to one of the sides, and it's a lot thinner. So I started saving some of the backing from that, and I thought, okay, I can test that one out. That worked a lot better, but I still didn't get a more crisp line in the end. So that had me thinking, now what else can I test and try out? That was when I had, just out of curiosity and just thinking, might this work? I purchased a box of Couture Creations quick release die paper. This is what you actually use if you have, for example, an intricate die and you're die cutting it and the paper sticks inside the die and it's hell to get it out. Then you use quick release paper. But quick release paper also has a plastic feel to it. Perhaps it's a more bit of a wax feel to it. And honestly, I was curious about, will this be really bad for the Glimmer Hot Foil because it gets heated? But it's very thin, and that is the key. You've got a combination of thinness and the plastic feel to it. So this is what you can use when you're using wafer thin dies, doing hot foil to get thicker lines. So what you do is that you place your foil on your cardstock and you place the quick release paper on top of the foil, and then you add the dye. But I'm going to show you this, how and what result you're going to get. So let's get to it. Okay, so I've got my quick release dye paper. Now, there are 2 big rolls in it, but I've already got some leftover pieces, so I'm just going to find them, because you might as well get the most out of your things, right? So I've got this piece, and it's actually the right size. I just need to half it. There we go. I'm using this one, the small one, is a die from Simon Says Stamp called Kate Snowflake, and I'm using some cardstock, which is 240 grams per square meter. I think that's how you say it. And a piece of silver foil from Spellbinders. I'm placing my foil on the cardstock, making sure that I've got enough foil for my die, and then I add on top of the foil the quick release paper and then the die. Now the quick release paper is actually quite slippery, so you do need to hold it tight to the cardstock with some pieces of washi tape, otherwise it will scoot around. Now this might give some difficulties to some people, but I will make another video showing you some tricks how to handle slippery things when you do hot foiling. I'm putting on my sandwich. I've got the 2 plates, which is with the Glimmer Hot Foil system, and the craft paper is actually a backing from a standard paper pad, and that's it. Now I'm speeding up the process because now my foil system is hot enough and I'm pushing the timer, and now it's ready. So I've cut down the time so you don't have to wait for it to get ready, basically. This time I'm using my Sizzix Big Shot, and I'm pulling out from the docking and then carefully putting it in the Big Shot. Just slowly run it through. Now it's I'm just doing it one way this time and putting it back in the docking. There we go. So this example, of course, is showing you how I do it with the quick release paper, and I'm always curious about how the result is going to get. So I can remove and let's see how it turned out. Already now I can see that it's actually really good. Now I know I did it on dark blue cardstock, so it's a bit difficult. So I've actually also done next to it foiling without the quick release paper, so you can see the difference. And here I'm trying to show you how the thicker lines, you can see the foil left over. It's not easy, but if you have done foiling with standard wafer thin dies before, you know how thin and delicate the lines are. And here you can see how clearly they are. Look at this picture. It's where I've got my quick release version, paper version on the right, and on the left is the one I've done without. Here is another example of a card I've made using wafer thin dies. Please click the subscribe button to my channel. It will really make me happy. Otherwise, I'll wish you a really good day and I hope to see you back. Bye bye.